Fortaleza and Ceara real estate in 2026. For foreign buyers, if you are exploring a beach city in Brazil that still feels real, walkable, and has a good value in US dollars, Ceara deserves a serious look. In the next few minutes, I will give you an overview of the city of Ceara and also a few tips about the state, what a day-to-day life actually feels in this area, a high-level look at the Real Estate Investor Visa, also known as Residency by Real Estate Investment, and a clear example of what you can expect if you decide to buy in this area for around 700,000 reais. I will try to keep this very practical and short, but if you want to know more, feel free to contact me and schedule a consultation. Fortaleza is Brazil's fifth largest city, and its personality is basically shaped by the sea. The seafront arc englobes Beira Mar, Meireles, Mucuripe, and Praia de Iracema, where most foreign buyers usually start. Iracema is one of my kids' favorite places to be. In this area, you have got a long, lively promenade, cafes and restaurants that become part of your routine, and a rhythm that is more outdoorsy than big city frenetic. Go a few blocks inland and you will hit a city called Aldeota, which is practical and well served. Think services like gyms, bakeries, market, and a solid condo stock. The city has real neighborhoods, real routines, and a breezy climate, thanks to the trade winds that take the edge of the tropical heat. A lot of people go to this area to kind of take a break from the heat. Now let's dive a little bit in the Ceara state. This is a beautiful state with lots of cultural differences within the state, beautiful landscape, and some of the most beautiful beaches in Brazil. Zooming out, Ceara is the coastline of day trips and weekendscapes. Fortim is the call if you love kite surfing and wind sports. You can be on the sand quickly and back in town for dinner. Morro Branco and Beberibe are famous for their dramatic cliffs and those layered sands you see in postcards. Canoa Quebrada brings a more bohemian beach town vibe with view, restaurants on the cliffs, and an amazing nightlife. The point is choice. You can live in the city with a waterfront lifestyle, then pivot to quiet beaches or wind covers whenever you want, all without booking a flight. Speaking of Ceara flights, Fortaleza has international direct flights from both Europe and the United States. Fortaleza works extremely well if you enjoy being outside. You can have morning walks on Beira Mar, visit fruit stands and bakeries that open early. They open really early in this area for some reason. And have a blast at the restaurants with classic seafood and regional dishes. Another thing I like to do in this area is doctor's appointments and basically have all of my personal checkups. For some reason, I find this area to have the best doctors with the cheapest prices, and they usually offer the best services, even if I compare to São Paulo and Rio. Of course, I'm talking like ear checkups or maybe dentist appointments and things like that. Sometimes even, facials and these type of services. But if you are in the area, I totally recommend trying to schedule a doctor's appointment. You're not gonna be disappointed. In this area, you will find private clinics and hospitals that cater to international clients. Fitness and Pilates studios are everywhere, and the condo culture leans practical. You have security at the door, pools and gyms in many buildings, and an easygoing staff culture. It is a big city, so you will still plan routes and time of day, but quality of life comes from the sea breeze, easy services, and a simpler daily routine close to the water. Now let's dive into the real estate investor visa. Let's keep the legalese light. I'm not an attorney. There is a residency route tied to the real estate investment in Brazil that in Ceara's case, it's commonly discussed around 700,000 reais. In São Paulo, for example, that amount is higher. It's a million reais. So in the Ceara, the threshold is smaller. You will hear it called the Real Estate Investor Visa or Residence by Real Estate Investment. Requirements and documents are specific to your case. As you know, we can recommend a partner attorney specializing in this visa when you are ready. My role here is to help you find a qualifying purchase, get the deal done, and connect you with the right immigration counsel so you know exactly what the process looks like. If you have had trouble opening a Brazil's bank account, we can also help you organize so that you can move monies to Brazil more easily and have access to the mighty Pix payments tools that Brazilians just love. What can you buy around 700,000 reais? Exchange rates move, but 700,000 reais usually sits roughly in around $120,000 to $150,000, depending on the day. At that level, we focus on properties already on the market so that you can step in quickly instead of waiting on long deliveries and construction schedules. In Meireles or Praia de Iracema, that budget can secure a high floor 1-bedroom or efficient 2-bed in a modern building a short walk from the beach. It's important to note that if you want to be real close to the beach and you want to have ocean front view, those prices will change and you are looking at maybe R$1 million to R$3 million or even more. But you can still secure a nice location a few steps from the beach or maybe a couple of blocks from the beach. You can also expect a balcony that actually gets used, split unit air conditioning, and a practical kitchen, one parking spot, and building amenities like pool, gym, and a 24-hour doorman. In Mucuripe, you might find a similar specific with a partial sea view, or you can trade some view for a larger floor unit plan. Go slightly inland towards Aldeota and you get in your 700K often stretches to a more generous 2-bed or even a 3-bed with an extra bedroom. Good if you plan longer stays or occasional hostings. For buyers who want the investor's visa in a home they can enjoy, we curate listings where the building governance is organized, the condo fees make sense for the service you actually use, and the title record matricula is clear, so due diligence is boring in the best possible way. Operations made simple if you are considering occasional rentals. We will match you with buildings and areas where that plan fits. Condo conventions vary, so we can recommend a partner lawyer to check first and keep expectations realistic. One thing to consider is that whenever you're buying a property that can be used for short-term rentals, it is most likely that you're gonna find options that are usually smaller than residential buildings. Owning from abroad only works if the operation is simple. We help set up your bank account so you can use Pix to pay for your condo fees, utilities, internet, and anything that you have to pay. For income, you can put a tenant or your manager on recurring Pix requests so rent arrives on time and you see everything on your phone. So now let's talk next steps. If Fortaleza Ceará makes sense to you, grab my Brazil property playbook in the description and book a consultation. I'm always available via WhatsApp as well if you want to talk and ask questions. Tell me your budget in Brazilian reals or US dollars, how often you want to use the home, and whether you prefer near beach, convenience, or more space. I had somebody ask me for the most modern houses, and that's what I'm looking at right now. I will do my best to curate a short list of ready on market options and map the route if you are exploring the real estate investor visa. As you know, this video is informational only, not a legal, tax, or immigration advice. Rules and availability can change by city and building. We recommend retaining a lawyer and a CPA for proper advisory on these areas. See you next time.